BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
After a host of delays, today Etihad Airways welcomed their first Airbus A350 to the skies on commercial service with passengers. The A350-1000, registered as A6-XWB, extra wide-body fittingly, was delivered to the airline back in May of 2019. Would you actually believe that? However, it was stored a month later through to the midway point of 2021, and now it is in commercial service. The aircraft flew from Etihad's home in Abu Dhabi to Paris to mark the very first flight, with journalists and more on board experiencing the product Etihad Airways offers on their newest aircraft. Touching down at 1 p.m. in Paris, France, the plane was met with a sizable amount of fanfare within the airport, as it marked a further advancement in the airline's future. Tony Douglas said, "The Airbus A350 is an incredible aircraft and we are proud to introduce it into Etihad Airways' network today. Our teams have worked closely together to craft a product and travel proposition that will ensure every journey with Etihad is a choice well made, both for our guests and for the planet." With highly efficient fuel consumption and CO2 savings, the A350 will support our goal to reduce carbon emissions and deliver an unmatched flight experience for our guests. Tony Douglas, if you are unaware, is the Chief Executive Officer of the group and was on board the very first flight of the A350 with passengers. This aircraft has been given the name of Sustainability 50. It also therefore adorns a special livery towards the rear part of the aircraft. The aircraft name and special livery represent the 50th anniversary of the Federation of the UAE. At the same time, it also highlights Etihad Airways' commitment to net zero emissions by 2050. New initiatives, procedures, and ultimately technologies will be trialled on board the Etihad A350s over the coming decade, so the carrier can learn more about reducing carbon emissions through these highly fuel-efficient and brand new aircraft. This, though, is not the first time that the airline has embarked on a similar mission, with their 787 Greenliner also being ever-present in talks surrounding their goals to reach net zero carbon emissions by the midway point of this century, which is very quickly approaching us. The Airbus Africa and Middle East president said, "Etihad Airways has been a long-standing partner of Airbus in the UAE, and we are excited to continue our collaboration. The A350-1000 is setting new standards of air travel, offering unrivaled levels of operational efficiency, with a 25% reduction on fuel burn and emissions. This marks the start of a promising new chapter for the UAE's aviation sector, led by innovation and a commitment to sustainability." Etihad plans on having these aircraft deployed on shorter to mid-range routes in this quarter, when from July the aircraft will be present on the longer routes, like those through to the United States in Chicago and New York. What are your thoughts on the Airbus A350 with Etihad Airways finally flying with passengers? It's been a long time in the making. Of course, delivery started many years ago, but the aircraft were never really flying with passengers. And of course, there were many questions surrounding what the fate of these A350s would even be. So it's great to see them in the skies. Thank you very much for watching the second video of today. If you missed the earlier one, do be sure to go back onto the channel. It's very interesting, and I think you'd probably enjoy watching. Take care, do be safe, and I will see you later.